Welcome to our first video edition of the Down and Back podcast presented by Oktane Cornhole. This week we don't have any interviews to do. We'll just go over a couple topics, just have some fun with some stuff. Then we'll get to our contest a little later. First off, new players, inexperienced players coming out to play. If you're going out to your regular league night, going out to a tournament, don't be afraid to go and talk with some of the more experienced players. The majority of them will be more than glad to help you out with tips or how to throw different bags, what kind of bags to use. It's always great. Just sit, play with them, watch them play, get kind of emulate their style. Same thing with going out, just watching tournaments, watching online, watching live feeds from regionals, from nationals. Just check out how these players play, emulate their game. It's just going to help you even more. That being said, don't be afraid if you do get paired up in a blind draw. Don't be afraid to be a partner to play against, because you're just going to get better. You know, myself, when I was my first time down at the Cherokee, North Carolina, my first blind draw, I still apologize to him all the time now, Robbie Graham, because I was just corn dog after corn dog, just big stage. What am I doing here? But he was great. He helped me out. I had other guys. Mike Harrington Sr. helped me out. Sato Soto helped me out. I got a chance to have a nice long chat with Timothy Pitcher. Didn't get a chance to play against him, but just learning about cornhole and just, you know, the thing is, those pros have been where you're at. They know what it's like to be that inexperienced player, wanting to get help, wanting to get tips. It's just, they're glad to help you out, because the better players that come up, the better that makes them. So just don't be afraid. And like I said, I had a chance to play with Ryan Smith, Rob Chismark. If you ever had a tournament with him, you probably won't be able to keep up with his energy, but just great guy to sit down, talk cornhole with. I'm hoping to have him on one of our podcasts here soon, because he's just a guy that's just got cornhole knowledge with bags, boards, running tournaments. You'll hear his voice in California tournaments, here at Florida every week. If you're following the boardmen, you're always hearing his comments on their games down there. So just don't be afraid to go up, talk to the advanced players, watch how they're playing, because they'll be more than glad to help you out. I know we have Bobby Speary come up. Like I said, we had him on the podcast. He's putting out clinics. He'll talk to anybody, just talking about the game, because that's their passion. That's what they want to do. The more we can grow this sport, just the better it's going to be. On to the next thing, getting the new players out. So some of you, you've already gone out and playing, getting the new players out, because everybody, whenever you talk to someone, everyone is, oh, we've played cornhole at the trailer, played cornhole at the cottage. They don't know that there's actual leagues or nights to go out and just have some fun or go to a tournament. So it's just finding that way to get new people to come out. You know, we talk about it all the time. I had a conversation with Matt on our way to Guelph the other week. I was like, you know what? I passed by a Laser Quest thing here in town, and I said, cornhole in the dark. Why don't we play like glow in the dark cornhole? And then he kind of was like, well, we started talking, and it was like, well, yeah, maybe it's not a good idea, because you got to try and get two different bags that'll look different in fluorescent. And then not 4 days later, you see that there's a tournament coming out that's cornhole in the dark, that it's in a glow in the dark area. Just little things. We've also even talked about, some sort of tie-in with golf in a bigger field, in a bigger venue, just, some new stuff that's still with the game, but just getting new people out to play, because we know once we get the new people out, they're hooked. So it's just getting those new people out. So how do we do it? Do we have nights where it's just for new players, just for inexperienced players nights? Because face it, like we said before, where players, the new players, don't be afraid to go out and play against the more advanced players. it's some of them will come out and play, and they'll lose a few games, and then it's like, well, I don't want to come out because we've got these advanced players playing. So maybe we need nights where it's just new players coming out, or a new player plays for free one night at a tournament, or just have some sort of special tournament for new players. It's a thing that we all kind of go, and how do we get these new players out? Because, like I said, I've talked to some people down in the States. They're almost having the same situation where how do we get those new players out? Unless you're in Michigan with the blue collar guys, your Cleveland Cornhole is just through the roof with the amount of teams. Robbie Graham down in Southwest Georgia, I talked to him a lot, and he's really starting to focus on getting his leagues up and running now. So it's almost like we need to try and talk to some people and just put heads together to find out how are we gonna do this to get these new people out. So that being said, we'll kind of roll into a bit of the contest here. Like the page, like this post, put a comment in on what you think on how to get new players out. Give some ideas, because it's not just for me, it can be for anyone else that reads this here, because we all struggle with that. How do we get the new players out to play? So leave a comment about getting a new player, put a like on the page, like on the post, and then we will draw. We'll give us till maybe we'll say Sunday. We'll do Sunday when we're having our big Movember tournament. So we'll do a draw Sunday of the people that made the comment, like the page, like the post, and we'll do one of these Oktane factory team T-shirts that you can go and wear when you go, because it's still up on the webpage. Matt has told me today that's going to be up for a little while longer. CornDug15. Get your Oktane Cornhole bags. You can buy one, or you can wait and make a comment and hope to see if you win one. But just make that comment, because it just helps everybody out if we get these ideas of how to go and bring new people out. So now we're back to our league. We're now into our last week of our KW Cornhole season. I believe Matt said we're on season 16, which is just mind-blowing, because this weekend coming up on Sunday, we've got the Movember Stash Bash, 3rd anniversary of KW Cornhole. It's from where we started to where we're at now. We're rolling. We can still be a bit better, but I think we're still in the right direction. So going into our last week, I was looking at the standings. We've got Jeff Shantz is in first, Jamie Cowan's in second. They're a real tight battle. Corey Golbeck's right in there. I believe he's in third place. Craig Raymond, who's a guy who he comes out of nowhere every week, and he's a consistent thrower. He's hitting the hole. He's sitting in fourth. Matt Plyle, he's coming up in fifth. So I believe Jeff Shantz is in first with 190. Matt Plyle's in fifth at 168. So we've only got 22 points separating them in there. So we've got our 4 rounds in going into our double elimination each week, and I've heard that this week double points on the line, so those standings could really change up in a hurry. So there it is, our first video podcast. Like the page, like the post, leave a comment if you want to try and win one of these here awesome Oktane Factory Team T-shirts. Go to the webpage, go to kwcornhole.com. The webpage, get your CornDug15, check out all the awesome Oktane gear, bags, whatever you need on there. Matt's got it on there. Then still, if you want, you can come out. We've got, it's Wednesday night. We're going to be in Stratford tonight at the Legion. Come out to Stratford. Come out tomorrow night. We're going to be in Mitchell at the Mitchell Legion. We've got our Stash Bash Sunday at the Edelweiss Tavern. We'll have bring your own partner doubles. We'll have singles. We'll have blind draw. We've got Crew Cup in there. It's just a full day of cornhole. Who does not love playing cornhole for 6 hours? I get in trouble at home sometimes for it, but it's cornhole. Let's all get in trouble. Then we'll have back to our Monday night, our final night of the season. Now, just saying it's the final night, our next season starts up the very next week. Then we're back in Guelph. We'll have Andrew over in Guelph is still going. We're trying to get some more people out there because it's new to Guelph. Go check it out. Louis on Lewis in Guelph on Tuesday nights. check out Peterborough Cornhole. They're starting up the end of the month. I believe it's November 27th. You can go check them out. Toronto Cornhole League starting up soon. I believe they have a tournament coming up as well in December for their second tournament. Just check out online. Keep checking kwcornhole.com. Check out the KW Cornhole Facebook page. I will be putting some stuff out on the down and back. Check out the Canadian Cornhole players on Facebook. Give them a like. Join that group. It's just we've got info, videos. It's just we just love having some fun. So just check us out. We'll see you again here next time. Hopefully, I'll be able to get at least a couple interviews and maybe have some in store for a couple weeks here. Thanks for watching. Have a great time throwing bags.